Well, we're at the top of the building this morning. Yesterday I did a little film about some of this, but I wanted to show you the actual job, and there it is right behind me. And you can see there's the top of the building. I squirted a little bit up on the roof, but it was kind of useless. And at the other end of the building, you can see it's the same thing. That's what $200 worth of spray foam gets you. Not a very good job at all. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to just jump right on it, and I'm going to do the foam board, which should be here. Apparently, we could see it as early as Monday. Meantime, I'm heading over to a car show, classic car show. I thought maybe I'd take you with me, see if you want to go. You want to go? Let's go. Well, we're at the car show, or at least I think it's a classic car show. Now, what I'm really looking for is more like a swap meet kind of thing for parts and stuff, so I don't know. But the money is going towards a 14-year-old boy who has a special type of cancer. So that's a good thing, always a good thing to support that. In the meantime, I'm going to take a walk around the car show, and we'll take a look at some old classics, and maybe we'll get lucky and there's some parts for sale here. I don't know. I could use some parts for a 68 Camaro. Well, bust. Got to the car show, and the music is playing like really loud, so there might be copyright infringements and stuff thrown on me. Who knows what would happen. So we're just going to do voiceover with some pictures of some of the cars, highlighted cars that were at the show. Bummer. Yeah, I'll have to figure out in the future how to deal with that. Okay, so here we are at the car show. The very first car, I went straight to it, obviously. It's the 1968 Camaro SS. This particular one had the 4-speed, the original transmission. It had the 350 in it, and it's a really, really awesome car. It was very, very good. I was really surprised how good a condition and clean it was. Didn't really see anything particularly outstanding other than that it was very original looking, which, you know, mine is not going to get this far. It's just, I don't think it'll ever look like this, but it's just nice to see somebody had a really nice clean one here. And I went over the whole car, taking a look at, you know, making some, I guess, mental notes about things like the firewall, the ignition system, you know, things that might work later in the future for me. Next one up, of course, is these are classic. The old Chevy pickups have always had a soft spot, and especially this one here because it's got the step side on it, which I thought was really cool. This is the, obviously it's about a 68 Chevy Nova. Comment below if you know anything more about this. This is the Nova SS, but for some reason he's got kind of like the Black Widow spider thing going on here. Also, the hood's not up. He didn't want to show the engine for some reason. Not quite sure what was going on there. Or maybe he's got a 6-banger or something. I just don't know, but still a really cool looking Nova. In a classic car show, you've got to have some of these around, and they did. They had quite a few different ones like this that kind of, you know, vintage era thing. This one's 1930 Packard, and again, really clean looking, very collectible car, obviously, and just love to drive that to McDonald's on Sunday morning. I think that'd be pretty cool. At every car show, we have to have a couple of these. This one here was, actually there was a lot of people stopping to really sort of stare at the, you know, the, I guess we'll call it the WTF factor or something. You know, it's like, but it was, you know, and I thought it was pretty cool. What really got me too was the machine gun, the soldiers holding that back with that tank. It was like, where did you get that from? But okay. I got a couple of shots of this one. I was kind of excited, but it's the 67 Camaro, obviously. You can tell by the front signal lights on the grill. The round ones were the old 67 model. Got a couple of shots of this thing because it's a really nice looking, clean car. Yeah. This is the 69 Camaro, also there at the show. And the very first thing you notice, of course, there's been some kind of weird work going on with the fender at the front here, and he's switched it over to a 383, which asks a lot of questions like, why is there a 383 in this thing? But I've heard of some people going to a big stroke on the 350 blocks and taking them up to 383 size. Maybe somebody can comment below and explain
a little better about what was going on with that, because I do recall the 383 motor with the Chevys, but I don't remember exactly what was going on there, or what was the basis of the motor. And also, of course, Plymouth, they had a 383, but of course that's Mopar. That's a whole different world over there at the Dodge company. Yeah, nice looking, really clean 69 though, really nice. And of course, we've got some more pickup. A lot of nice pickup trucks for the show. This particular one, I love the year, the model, all of it. But the only thing that a lot of folks are doing lately is they just sort of spray clear coat over top of the rust and then bring it to the show. I don't know if I like that or not. I'll be honest. I kind of like them cleaned up and painted. I don't really care to see the rust on there. But what a pretty truck. And here's the classic. Anytime you go to a car show, you should see about 10 or more of these. But this particular one really caught my attention because whoever did the flame job did a really good job. The car looks like it's going fast when it's parked. Other than that, she's pretty much the classic little hot rod, the 32 Ford coupe kind of look to it. It's just absolutely would love to have one just for fun to drive around the block. Okay, guys. I need some help with this one. This has got a green drag on the side. It's got a lot of like brickwork type brown paint job, or maybe it's keyboard. I don't know what it's supposed to be going on here. This thing is just covered in whatever. And maybe it's from, I don't think it's a Mad Max movie, so I really don't know what the deal is with this car. But if anybody has any idea about the whatever's going on, let us know. Please comment below and tell me why there's a rocket engine on the roof bolted to propane tanks and just whatever. Okay, I guess I go to the car show every once in a while and see something odd. This is really strange, and the reason is if you look at the angle of the photograph taken, I think you'll get an impression that I must be really tall or standing on a ladder. I'm not. No. This thing was about, I guess, it was like half the size of a proper rig. And it's also called the Little Pete, which is obviously Peterbilt. But the overall size of this thing was the size of a car, or maybe a pickup truck, I guess we'll say. And that was like, yeah, that's really different. Yeah. Whoa, now here's a showstopper. This is the sort of thing that really, when you go to a classic car show, this is the kind of thing you want to see. And I'm going to take a gandering guess on this thing and say somewhere around 50, 57, 58 Chevy pickup truck. And that's just, to me, that's just absolutely gorgeous. And what a cool ride that somebody owns. Wow. Okay, I couldn't stop laughing when I stopped and saw this one because it's an MGB, obviously. I don't know what year it is. It looks like it would be, I'm going to take a guess and say about 66 to 67 range because it doesn't have the big nasty front bumper and stuff on it yet. So it's definitely an old one. But look at the power that's stuffed in there. That's a full 350 engine stuffed down in an MGB. Somebody went through a lot of work, let's face it. I mean, look at the amount of work that I don't even know how you'd even get that engine in there, but I just couldn't stop laughing when I thought, a V8 engine and a little MGB. Okay, at every car show, again, this is the sort of thing you're going to run into, is a really classic, customized, fully, so clean you can eat off any part of that car or truck. And in this case, I love it, but I have to admit, I somewhat get reluctant when I see it this clean and this beautiful. It's like, it's just, you just threw so much money at this truck. I'm wondering, the guy's wife must have left him years ago. Who knows what the story is, but the overall, hang on, because I'm going to show you a picture of the interior, which again, also customized, and also a side shot of the truck. It's just, I have to say that this was outstanding as far as customization goes on an old pickup, or Chevy in this case. I think it's about 60, it's like 68, 69. What a gorgeous all-around job. But take a look at that interior. That is absolutely amazing. And also here, just for fun, there's a side shot. You can see it's a step side Chevy pickup. So, and again, I really always had the soft spot for the side steps, but that much paint, that much work and cleanup, incredible. Give him a trophy, This is This is kind of unusual here. This one is the 68 Camaro, of course. Once again, my favorite. But it's an RS. And it's not the RS SS. It's just straight RS, I believe, on this one. And it's got the big block engine. Not sure what size he's got in there. Looks like the 454, I believe. I'm just going to take a running guess. It might be the 427 or something. I didn't see any information there. Probably should have looked that one up and made some notes, because there was a number of things about the car that sort of threw me off. Cowl induction is not a factory item, or at least wasn't back then. It was a custom thing you could order afterwards, but this guy seemed to have it all together really nice, really tight. Beautiful, beautiful car. Another thing that I was not fussy at, but it's just a personal thing. This is an automatic, which again, I was kind of surprised I saw that in there, because usually with the 68 Camaros, it was always, oh yeah, got to have the 4-speed Muzzy or something underneath you. But yeah, still, all in all, just a really cool car. There it is, the Southern Cruisers from Statesboro, Georgia. Yeah, what a great car show. I wish I could go to every car that was in the show and, just sort of talk to the owner and discuss it with them and everything. But that would be, hours of programming. So I'm just going to give you this short for today, because I really was kind of surprised about filming a car show. It turned out to be a lot more problematic than I realized. But hey, thank you for watching Coffee and Tools. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the notice bell, and we'll be back with more content. Over and out. Yeah.